Deficiency of plant nutrients symptoms. When a particular nutrient is not available in enough quantity to meet the needs of a growing plant, there is a nutrient deficiency. The plant will display symptoms that are characteristic for that nutrient. The deficiencies can be easily told apart if they appear on old growth or new growth, and the location of the symptoms on the individual leaf. The first thing to look at when evaluating a plant for nutrient deficiency is whether new or old leaves are impacted. Here's a chart that shows the symptoms on old leaves. So first of all, if the symptoms are on the entire plant and the plant light green, the lower leaves are yellow, and they're drying to brown, you have a nitrogen deficiency. If the plant is dark green with red or purple color, with the lower leaves yellow, drying to a dark green, phosphorus deficiency. Now, on the old leaves, if the symptoms are just on the leaves, and the older leaves are yellow at the edges but stay green in the center, you don't have enough magnesium. And finally, the older leaves will wilt or scorch. The edges are necrotic with spots on leaves. You don't have enough potassium. Now let's look at the symptoms on new leaves. Let's take this side first. If the leaves are distorted and or necrotic, and necrotic just means they're dying. If it's a terminal bud dying, you're missing boron. If not, you follow this path here. The terminal bud does not die. If the new leaves are distorted and the tips and edges are necrotic, missing calcium. If the plant is stunted, which means it's not growing, and the leaves are bluish green, small and distorted, you need copper. What if the leaves are chlorotic? That's just a fancy name for they're yellowing. If the entire leaf is chlorotic, spreading to the entire plant, you need more sulfur. If you have intervenal chlorosis and the stems are shortened and rosetted, which means they're turning red, you're missing zinc. If the stems are shortened or rosetted, that's this path here, and you have leaves without necrotic spots, you're missing iron. If they develop necrotic spots, you're missing manganese. Summarizing nutrient deficiency, in order to identify them, first thing to do is determine whether the impacted leaves are old or new growth. Okay, so here's the young leaf tissue at the top, here's the old leaf tissue. Then looking at the specific symptoms of those leaves can help determine the nutrient deficiency of the plant.